15 hours is all you need to get started in wholesaling real estate. And if you listen here, I'm going to give you my entire 15-hour a week wholesaling real estate plan so you can start succeeding right now for wholesaling success. 15 hours is only 3 hours a day, 5 days a week, or really like 2.5 hours, 2.2 hours every single day for 7 days. I'm not asking for much. According to a Gallup News article, it shows on average teenagers spend 4.8 hours per day on social media. If you spend 4.0 hours a day on wholesaling real estate, I promise you, you're gonna get more clout with the hundreds of thousands of dollars hand over fists in your Lamborghini than any Instagram post and flexing on the gram is gonna get you. So let's talk about step-by-step how you can start getting some deals. Number one, 67 or 70% of all of your efforts in this 15 hours is just gonna be towards deal hunting. And deal hunting is probably the thing that you need to spend the most time doing. And this is us going out here and finding the wholesaling real estate deal, because you can't sell a deal if you don't got a deal, right? And I would say in a 15-hour period, you should be spending around 10 hours out of your 15 hours going out here and deal hunting or deal finding. 80% of the work in wholesaling real estate is just finding a good deal, because a good deal will always find a buyer. And a good buyer will never find a good deal. And so this is why it's always better to get a deal first than anything else. And now there's some conflicting information. And I do have a lot of wholesaling real estate videos out there saying maybe you should find a buyer first. Well, you got 15 hours, bro. You do not have the time to go out here and stressing out and trying to find 17 buyers before you start marketing. Like, we got to start marketing now. And the only way we're going to start having success by marketing now is by deal hunting. And so 10 hours a week deal hunting, I would say you should spend around 2 hours a day, Monday through Friday. So it's basically 2 hours a day, which teens spend 4.8 hours every single day on social media. I'm literally asking you, you can still watch your Housewives and your Kai Cenat streams. You're just gonna have to cut it by half and spend 2 hours towards this, and you're still going to have success. I mean, go on your phone and find your screen time. Just cut that in half, and that's how much time you should be putting towards wholesaling. And I promise you, you're going to feel a lot better about your day. How are we going to make the most out of these 2 hours so we start getting wholesaling deals and start getting success? Well, first, we have to start getting lists. Now, we don't have much time, so we really can't go out here and drive for dollars or just go out here and try to pull a list by ourselves. It's gonna be a little more difficult. So I'd probably tell you to go find an easy list at freewholesaling.com, you know, my free real estate wholesaling course and mentorship. And we have a spreadsheet of the top 100 metros and all the government lists you can pull there. And I'm assuming this is more virtual wholesaling, right? But pick like 5 or 6 of these lists, pull them, and start getting to work. I prefer probates, code violations, liens, water shutoffs, fire damage properties, tax delinquencies, right? Government lists are still gonna be the best because we need to really leverage our time. And what I mean by this is calling a probate list is gonna be the same as pulling a high equity list on X leads on a margin of 4-to-1. So that means every 4 hours of me cold calling high equities to get 2 motivated sellers, I can only have to call 1 hour on a probate list and get 3 or 4 motivated sellers on the lead. And so that means overall, if I spent 100 hours a month cold calling high equities, I would honestly only need to call 20 hours at most on the probates to get the same amount of leads. It's like a guy going 25 miles an hour or 100 miles per hour. You can go the same distance, but the guy going 100 miles an hour can stop a lot quicker. And you only got 15 hours. You should get 100, but hey, whatever. On top of this too, I highly recommend when you don't have much time that you just go out here and pull my list of the month. I've been begging everyone to go out here and pull my list of the month, but these are free lists I pull every single month. I literally go inside of X Leads, I pull a good motivated list. This month is still the Kansas City list. And then I pull a government list of the month and I get thousands and thousands of these data points. I skip trace inside of X Leads and I give it to you guys absolutely for free on freewholesaling.com. I just don't know why most people don't go after these. They cost no money, and if you're in a time crunch and you got no skip tracing time, go out here and go crazy. Now, what would be best if you actually got X leads, so you can pull some government list, import in X leads, and get 15,000 skip trace records a month, and just start with the ground running. Also, you can go pull list on X leads. You can get a vacant list, absentee owner, pre-foreclosure, right? And those are really awesome. You can even stack them, pull a list, and just start smiling and dialing, baby. And so yes, skip tracing, I am going to recommend X leads. It's really impossible to a point for 15 hours to be skip tracing for free sometimes, because on cyber background checks and True People Search, you're going to spend all 10 hours skip tracing like 500 leads. And so X leads is going to be kind of the only way to skip trace, but you technically still can make that work, I guess. But the list of the month will probably be the biggest hack if you have no money and you can't buy X leads. And then from there, we start marketing. Now, I wish I can give you 17,000 options, but if you're broke, you don't really got much. And that's actually not really a bad thing. What I mean by this is cold calling and texting. Like, those are your fundamentals. That is your jab. That is your kick. Like, we don't need to get crazy fancy, okay? We got no flying knee crane attack. We got punches and we got kicks. We are not gonna go get fancy with some crazy roundhouse kick. Like, no, straight kick, jab, that's all we're focusing on. And of course we're gonna get a deal, then we can get fancier and cuter and get all the more advanced things. But calling and texting's like, just focus on that. Like, that's all you really need to be doing right now. So the scripts I've been using for my cold calling is just my regular two-pronged script, right? Hey, is it owner of the property and are you interested in selling it? Get in the MCTP, qualify, and boom, go close the deal. And the reason why my cold calling script is so simple is, let me go look at my notes. You don't got time! Come on, bro, you do not have time to be going out here like, this is Zach with Zach Home Solutions today. You're gonna get that spiel to 500 people today. Like, you do not have the time. Hey, are you the owner? Are you interested? No, okay, boom, go to the next one. You got to be efficient. It's about how fast you can get to these leads. And me, if I'm really efficient with my cold calling, I get 3 leads in a couple hours versus you who might get only 1 lead. And if I do that over a long enough time horizon, I'm just going to keep lapping you in the leads I get. I promise you, 100% of your motivated sellers that are going to be wholesaling deals are going to say, yes, I'm interested, or maybe I'm thinking about selling the property. And so that is going to be obviously the first question we're going to do. Now, we do want to hit them with a little bit of a sneaky attack so they just don't automatically like hang up on us, where it's like, hey, is this the owner of the property? Yes, okay, now we got them off guard. Boom, ask them if they're interested in selling it. The problem is so many wholesalers like to go a little too overboard. They're like, are you looking to sell your property? No, okay. Are you looking to sell your property? Okay. And they go, are you looking to sell property? Like, bro, like that's ridiculous. There's no way an actual seller, like you're going to just throw them off by that. They're not going to want to deal with you. And then if you go too slow and you're like, this is Zach Home Solutions, and are you interested in selling the property? You were not. Okay, well, do you have any other properties you're interested in? Like that, that's just a waste of time. Like, I mean, you did 2 calls in one and you didn't get no dang motivated seller. And so all the wholesaling real estate deals that I've got from cold calling, the seller's always going to say after if they're the owner, right? Because if they're not the owner, they're not going to be a wholesaling deal, that they were interested in selling it. Boom, you're good to go. Now, you can also do some text blasting. It's going to be really hard to hit 2 hours of calling and text blasting unless you're like some crazy wizard. So cold calling is probably going to be your best option. Google Voice is my best one for free. And then the X Leads single auto dialer or the triple line dialer is going to be the easiest from there. Now, this leaves 5 hours remaining, and you should get some good leads just calling those, but we still got 5 more hours. So you're going to use 2 of these precious 5 hours towards the best return on time activities. I call this ROT, right? Return on your time. And the best return on your time by far right now in wholesaling real estate is going to be email blasting and digital bandit signs. Let me give you something nice to hear. You really can't do more than 120 minutes of email blasting and digital bandit signs in a week because it's not that much work. You get a disproportionate amount of leads from doing this, and so I highly recommend it. But it's going to be email blasting motivated sellers. So my EOG system, my email offer generator system, so you can download the free software at freewholesaling.com, get connected your Gmail account to your Google Sheets, put all the emails in Google Sheets, and boom, you're going to start blasting out offers to your motivated sellers, get inbound leads to your phone, and start getting a ton of wholesaling deals. Now, on top of that too, we're going to be doing something called digital bandit signs. Digital bandit signs are basically those We Buy Ugly Houses ads that we're going to be posting on Facebook that are free. I'm also considering calling these like free Facebook ads or reverse Facebook ads, but for no cost at all, like absolutely for free. You're going to be able to go in these massive Facebook groups with 30, 40, 50,000 people and get motivated sellers coming to you. There's not one better return on your time than that. And I'm telling you right now, if you just dedicate 15 minutes a day to email blasting and digital bandit signs a day, you are going to get deals. It just takes consistency. And unfortunately, most people cannot be consistent in this business. And so for you to actually have success, I'm going to recommend you be consistent. Do this stuff every single day. I'd rather you do 2 hours a day, 7 days a week of wholesaling than doing 12 hours one day, 2 hours the next day, and then doing nothing for 4 days and then going back. Like, it's better if you just show up every single day. And what do I always say, right? The only losers in wholesaling are people that quit. If you haven't gotten a deal, you're not a winner, but you're a winner in training. Now, next here, we got 3 more hours. I would dedicate 2 hours of finding cash buyers. Again, not the essential priority for us, but still it's good to have connections and buyers, because if we do get a JV deal, right, we're watching the live streams, the comments here, you're going to find people that need help finding buyers, and maybe from the 2 hours of you finding cash buyers, you can JV and make an next $5,000-$6,000. Then we can start pumping in a bunch of texting, a bunch of calling, and get way more deals. And then that one last hour is kind of like it's like a lottery, right? I call this networking, right? So we're reach out to other wholesalers. We connect in freelisting.com, ZachDiscord.com, and we just talk to other successful wholesalers. The reason why this is so important is you're gonna get JVs. Like if you dedicate at least an hour a day to networking with other people, you have an extremely high probability of getting at least one wholesaling real estate deal this year by just doing an hour a day, which is, I don't think, too much of an ask. Like you're gonna be already on my live streams. You're gonna be hanging out on freelisting.com, at least network with other people around the area. Someone's gonna be like, I got a deal, I can't sell it. Well, I spend 2 hours a week finding buyers. I got buyers. JV agreements in freelisting.com, shake hands, and you just made $5,000 from just finding buyers. That's why my free wholesaling community wants to pay you. Just find buyers for other people who are struggling to dispo. Maybe you get a deal locked up, you can't dispo, go with somebody who has buyers, and then everyone's making money. This is why you need to join freelisting.com to learn how to wholesale real estate absolutely for free. And that's why you gotta start subscribing to this YouTube channel and liking this video so you can have wholesaling real estate success. And so guys, 15 hours a week, it's not that complicated. Just show up every single day and do the work. Remember, 15 hours, 10 hours towards deal finding, 2 hours toward email blasting and digital bandit signs, 2 hours towards cash buyers, and 1 hour towards networking, and you're gonna be a success wholesaling real estate. Guys, you got any value from this video, do me a favor, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. This is Zach Ginn signing out. Have a blessed one.